What's good, guys? This is Carlos, the Colombian guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. And today, guys, I would like to bring you up the updates and the best information about Medellin, Colombia. But first of all, guys, I would like to say, hey, you guys might think like, oh, the Colombian guy always saying the same shit, like, oh, before I made my video, I always say the same thing. But guys, let me tell you this: I'm grateful, and like I said, I always remind you, like, none of this would be possible without y'all. So thanks to the one that subscribe to my channel, thanks to the one that are gonna subscribe, thanks to the ones that will subscribe to my channel. You'll be helping me a lot. So also, thanks to the love, the support that you guys been showing me. You'll be helping me to get close to my goal, which is my YouTube channel for this year. All I can say is thanks a lot. Thanks. I'm happy with all this process, happy with everything. So thank you so much, fellas. And guys, like I said, I'm gonna bring updates and info about Medellin, guys. And I know lately I haven't bring like good news about Medellin. Like I know I get that, and I don't like to bring like sad news, none of that. But unfortunately, that's the info, the updates that I got for you guys. And I gotta keep my people updates with the best. Well, not the best, I do my humble research, and that's what I bring to my channel, fellas. So guys, Airbnb, let me speak fast and say the truth like I always do in my channel, fellas. Airbnb is about to have a hard time in Medellin, Colombia. The government has said they've been investigating almost 1,700 houses, between houses and apartments, and they say if they find something wrong with them, they will do this extension domain. So those people, owners, manager, or whoever, can lose the Airbnb that they have, the Airbnb, the apartment that they have in the platform, and all of that. Also, the government has said, because the reason why they're doing this, and I know you guys know about this, the reason why they're doing this is because like majority of people that are getting murdered in Medellin, especially men that are getting drugged, all of that. So majority of this case, they've been happening on an Airbnb that they didn't have security, all of that. So the government, what they try to do is like they try to regulate that. Also, the government has said majority of the case of sexual exploitation that been happening in Medellin, they've been doing this like the persons, the victims are getting set up in Airbnb. So this is a problem that they had to control over there in Medellin, fellas. Also, let me tell you, because I know some of you like would be mad maybe with these updates, but I also want to say like, hey, this is a difficult situation what Medellin is going through. And like I said, I know a lot of travelers, they like to say Airbnbs because maybe it's more private. I don't know what about safety in Medellin, the Airbnbs, I don't know how safe they are. But the ones that I've been there, they've been safe. So I can speak for the few ones that I've been there. They have security guy, they've been shaking everybody and the mama. But apparently the one that people are getting set up, all of that, I guess they don't have a security guy, or I don't know what's going on. Because like I always say, hey, I always remind you, like, I live in base. Even when I speak about Medellin, I always remind, like, hey, I live in Cartagena, Colombia, so I can speak a lot about Medellin. I can't speak about Cartagena because that's where I live. I can speak a lot about Medellin, fellas. So fellas, let's read this, because like I said, I don't do this type of videos to get views. I don't create news like, hey, because I want to get some numbers from my channel. None of that. I'm actually, kind of speak like the real information here, fellas, and the history said like that, because the Colombian guy always speak fast. So let's read the history, guys, and also I will share with y'all what I think about all this situation. So fellas, in Medellin, they intensified the fight against the illegal operation of 1,700 Airbnb. Medellin, March 1, 224. The mayor office of Medellin announced that more. So it's not even like 1,700. It's more than that. That 1,700 house and more than 1,700 house and apartment offer accommodation service through various platforms without having the necessary documentation related to use updating the commercial registration. So before I said reading this, fellas, and this is very important, like, hey, as me, like I own like tourist company in Cartagena, Colombia. So before you're gonna work with tourism, like you're gonna open a hotel, Airbnb or whatever, you need to have like a lot of these papers. And I'm not sure if Airbnb require that. Like, well, my business, CTG Connections, is in national registry of tourism, which is like, you know, register over there as a, you know, legal business that I can work with tourists and all of that. I don't know what about Airbnb, if they require that. Also, I know like some platform, they will require you to have like kind of like insurance in case if something happened. In case if something happened to one of your clients, you know, all of that, how you can handle, you know, those type of situations. So that's what they've been saying, like a lot of this. So what I can guess is like people, they are booking apartment that they don't even have like the documentation. They don't have that. And this is the person that, you know, these managers, that they need to think twice. Like they gotta be more responsible, because like I say, it's not the same thing when you work with cows. Like the cows, you tell the cows, hey, go this way, they might do it, might follow you. But you know, like you work with foreigners. When you work with foreigners, like you gotta do like do your best to give them the best experience, you know, the best experience. And you know, this is something like you have to move slow and know how to move, because it's not like you just working like, you know, with regular people and that's it, you know. Something happened, everything's gonna be all right. No, like you gotta have you read documentation. And please, you know, the guys behind the screen that like to book like all these cheap Airbnbs, just make sure, you know, they have like your requirements at least, you know, you guys can be safe when you're traveling to Colombia. So they said through various platforms having necessary documentation related to land use, updating commercial registration, the opening notification to the police and the authority, the health and environmental requirements, the schedule and development of the register activity. According to the Law 2068 of 2020 and Decree 1836 of 2021 of the Ministry of Commerce or Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Tourism, tourist houses must complete. Listen, hear this pretty well. Tourist housing must complete with the registration on the National Tourist Registry, RNT. My company's there. So all these companies, all these hotels, or my bad, I don't want to blame the hotel. I don't want to mention the hotel. The Airbnb is a house. They should have this, because if you're working with foreign, you should have these. Like this is a requirement. Like you need to have in all your papers. In my paper, I had this because I don't want a surprise at the end. And none of that, fellas. So the case of the property is subject to the Arizona property regime. The authorization corresponds to the public deed of the regulations and compliance with urban planning and security requirements. Our goal is to regularize housing intended for tourist accommodation, guarantee that its development based on current legislation in the areas designated for this purpose. Apparently, they also we say which areas are good for foreign to stay. So, well, you know, I already can guess something. You know, I'm not confirm. You know, I'm not trying to confirm something. I'm trying to guess and think. So what I can get reading this is like, since the mayor is gonna meet up with the people from Airbnb, what I can guess is like his plan is also rebuild Airbnb, the areas that are good for tourists to stay. So I guess like all these villas, you know, side of the city that he might be looking like they don't look like very safe for foreigners, or these Airbnbs located in the hoods. Because I can say, and I can confirm this, speak the facts and say the truth. Like, you know, I'll say the truth about this, because I've been looking that on Airbnb. Like I've been seeing Airbnbs on the hood here in Cartagena, and I have my house here because, but I'm just trying to like play around and I'll be like, oh, let me just look what Airbnbs they have in the city. So I put sometimes I've been putting like, oh, my budget is $10, on Airbnb, and the Airbnb from $10 they show up, and I'm like, this is in the hood, but people will book it and live there and stay there, just because they think like they're having a good price. But like I say, sometimes quantity doesn't mean quality. This is something like you gotta focus about. Quantity doesn't mean quality. Like you getting something for cheap, it doesn't mean you winning. None of that. It's no guarantee you nothing. It's no guarantee you nothing, fellas. So let's keep reading this. So they say it is very important to prevent residential buildings from being affected by noise and citizen coexistence situations. In addition, we must prevent that the sexual exploitation of minors, drug consumption, and prostitution. Writing to the Secretary of Security and consisted of Medellin, Manuel Villa Mejia, is news. They found oh no, I don't want to read this shit. So they say, so according to the Vice Ministry of the tourism in Medellin is 70.36% of the tourism service providers, the tourist service providers with the National Tourism Registry (NTR) homes, followed by the travel agencies and accommodations supplements. It should be noted that the failure to comply with the requirements demanded of providers of accumulate. So they also say like, if they find out like somebody's breaking all these rules, all the rules, the RIT that people need to have, like chamber of commerce, all of that, and a lot of people, they don't want to do this. They want to skip this because they don't want to pay taxes for that, because they know I have to pay taxes every year for my company. It's not like every month or something. Like I had to do that every year. Well, speaking about that, I had to do it soon. God willing, I would do it soon, because like this is the main reason why they want you to do that. Because if something happened, they can need to have insurance, all of that, so you can handle all these type of situations. So let's get reading this, guys. So you should be know like oh my bad. I also was gonna say this. Was gonna read this. They find out somebody's breaking out the law, that you don't have the RNT, that you're missing the chamber of commerce, all of that. Your ticket is gonna be about 2,000 of minimum wage in Colombia. So it's talking about, man. It's talking about, oh, that's a lot. Like. That's almost like 500,000 US. So with the idea of what? Like they can also, do like domain extension, and you can lose your domain because you either were offering. This is the main reason why they can do like extension domain speaking about Airbnb. So in Medellin, either first of all, you may be using your house as a sexual exploitation. You renting to the friends. You knew what's up. And you didn't care about that because only thing you care about is your bread, the money. Second one, they might be tourists getting drunk over there, getting fucked up, all of that, and they do an investigation. And if you don't have security guy, purpose, none of that, they might do to you extension domain. You can lose your house, apartment, or anywhere you have anything you have on Airbnb. So they say temporary closure of the establishments and cancellation. They will close your house also. Cancellation of the register of the natural tourism for 2 to 5 years. So they might don't take up, don't do a session domain in some of the case, because they already say they find like sexual exploitation, like tourists getting drunk over there, all of that, they will do domain extension over there. But if they don't do it, this is gonna be worse, because they say they also will close your house, the Airbnb or apartment that you've been renting out. If they find out like something wrong with that, they will close your house, the Airbnb, for 5 years, and they will delete your property, apartment, house from anywhere. Bookings, Airbnb, all of that, anywhere you had your house, they will delete it. So if you are owning or you thinking in purchase an apartment in Airbnb, this information should be very important for you. And also if you are this kind of travelers that like to stay in Airbnbs, because I know like mostly men's, there's like, well, women sometimes, women do that all the time also, like they like to stay in Airbnb, but mostly guys, if you trying to say if you trying to say in an Airbnb in Medellin, if that's what you like to say, you gotta keep following, this news and all of that, because I think like it's a very important update and it's a very, very good information for you guys. They say to validate if the property are on a appropriate line to provide this service, you must consult the MEDELLIN B9 platform in. So also, since the last few words that I read, this is also important too, because I know like there is guy that they might think purchase a house maybe in the hood, all of that, a village, all of that, and build like something nice over there. Hey, listen, if you trying to do this, like I say, you better do investigation, do your own research. Don't move in silence, because a lot of people, they want to move in silence. Sometimes I like moving silence. Like I'm very quiet. If you see me in the street, like you don't talk to me, I maybe won't talk to you. I'm very quiet, very shy. But yeah, I know people that are quiet, they like to move in silence. But hey, do your own research, because you may be thinking of purchase a house or property to do Airbnb, and the government, they say they will say that they will allow, like not all the areas will be approved to do Airbnb. So maybe the one that you're thinking of purchase, it won't be available, and then what you're gonna have is stress. You're gonna have a hard time, and maybe it will be hard for you to sell the property or sell this apartment or the house, fellas. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys, like I said, all the government is trying to do is for you, fellas. So maybe some of you guys will feel some type of way, like, oh, this government is some bullshit. The mayor is doing bullshit. He's blaming the tourists. He's not running around the criminals. This is not true. I know they're working on that. But like I say, good things, well, not good things, because at the end of the day, this is bad things. People that they had deaths, all of that. So this type of process sometimes they take a long time in Colombia, and I know they're running behind them, and I hope they capture these people as soon as they can, so they can pay for what they did to all these foreigners, all of that. I hope they do it soon, God willing, fellas. So just be patient, man. Like just be patient, and if you think like booking your flight coming to Medellin, well, Cartagena or anywhere in Colombia. Well, not anywhere in Colombia, because now I got you with this information. Like it's a lot going on in the country. As soon I keep you post about that with the best info about how is the situation with my country. And yeah, fellas, for you thinking of coming to Medellin, and again, I always say that when I speak about Medellin, because like I said, I speak the facts. Medellin is a nice and beautiful city. You can have a great and amazing time if you connect with the right people. You can't connect with everybody and the mama. You can't be friends with everybody and the mama. You just gotta watch your back all the time. Bad people are everywhere. And they will take advantage of you if you give them the reason. I know people like they are no gangsters. They won't rob people. At least if you give them the opportunity. If they see the opportunity, they can rob you, they will, but they are not gangster full times. Let's say they are gangster once in a blue moon. But if you give them the opportunity, they will. They will take advantage. They will fix your problem, their problems with your money, and that's how that's gonna be, fellas. So guys, also, the reason why I made this video is to, speak fast, say the truth about all this situation, because might be some people that say, oh, they're gonna prohibit Airbnb in Medellin, and this is not true. Airbnb won't be prohibited. Well, no, so far, they haven't said that. They haven't said that. I know that they're gonna work in a lot of rules. Maybe it's gonna be more restricted in CTG, all of that. But I can't tell you that, guys, because I don't know what's next for Medellin with Airbnb, with all of that. I'm just speaking about for what I know, for what I read, and the research, that I've been doing, fellas. So, guys, that's all I can say, guys. That's all I wanted to say to you, fellas. I hope you guys like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel again. I know sometimes I've been made like few mistakes in English, but let me remind you, like, English is not my native language. My native language is Spanish. I'm proud to be Cartagena, born and raised in Cartagena, Colombia. So, fellas, I'm trying to do just my best to bring you guys the best info. My humble research, my humble opinion about all these situations with the cities like Medellin, Cartagena, Colombia. I'm focused just in my country so far, but maybe in the future I can be focused around the world also. I speak a lot of other stuff, fellas. So, guys, was another day in my channel, my show, because that's more than a video. I feel like, this is a show for me. I can be who I am. I can express myself. I can say what I think, and I can share my opinion, move around. I just feel like, like I can feel free. I can feel free. That's the truth, fella. So, fellas, I won't be taking more time of y'all. I know I've been making long-ass videos, but again, this is the right info. I'm always bringing not the best updates. I'm bringing my humble updates to my channel. So I hope you guys like this video, fellas. And again, hey, if you anytime, any day, any moment, any second, any year, any minute, you guys coming to Cartagena, Colombia, don't forget to hit me up. I own a tour company. We offer tours like Volcano, Palenque, private boats, private villas, private yachts, all of that. Concierge service. I can take you to the best place, restaurants, the hottest spot, all of that. I can show you around, translate back and forth. All of that, I got you with the best of the city. No, I'm not saying I'm the best. There is a lot of amazing and great tour guys in the city. So I won't flex saying that, the tour guy, the Colombian guy is the best, because I'm not. So, guys, also, hey, follow me on IG. Don't forget to follow me on IG. You guys can find me like CTG Connections. That's the name of my company. You guys can find me over there. Also, guys, I will drop up my PayPal information if you guys want to show me some love. Hey, I'm not forcing nobody. I'm not begging for money. I'm a real one. I'm not doing this, to beg for money and none of that. No, I'm good. I make good, decent and enough money to live in Colombia, comfortable and well. You guys want to show me some love, go ahead. But again, I'm not forcing somebody. I'm not forcing anybody. So, guys, I won't be taking more time of you. So, guys, see you soon, fellas. See you next time. This is Carlos, the Colombian guy. Boom.